Nintendo announced the Switch 2 today on Thursday, January 16th, 2025. And my reaction to seeing their trailer for the new console is, that's not a good thing. I was left with more questions than answers. It almost felt like Nintendo rushed into making an announcement, which I don't think is the case, but it just felt that way because they didn't give much information about this new console other than the name, what the hardware looks like, and that's about it. We don't even have a release date. All they said was 2025. I mean, that's a pretty big window. We don't know when it's coming out. They said there'll be more information about this console at the beginning of April when they do a Nintendo Direct, but we don't even know when this thing is coming out. I'm not trying to be negative towards Nintendo, but when you're announcing a brand new console that's going to be the centerpiece of your company for the next 5 to 10 years, it should be more exciting than this. And it shouldn't make me feel like, what did I just watch? Because there were some other negative things about this announcement. First of all, they said that the Nintendo Switch 2 will not be fully backwards compatible with all Nintendo Switch games. Now, they didn't specify what games won't work with the new console. Maybe it's only a couple, who knows? I can't really comment on it, but that's a little bit of a red flag. And honestly, if they didn't have additional information to give, maybe they should have left it out of the trailer, because that just sort of made me go like, oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. Then on top of that, there's no price, which the fact that they don't even have a release date, it's not surprising they didn't give a price, but it would have been nice for us to know, how much is this thing going to cost? Like, is it going to be super expensive? Is it going to be like $500, which is the cost of an Xbox Series X with a disk drive? Or is it going to be super cheap? It would be cool if we found out, oh, this thing is going to be a lot cheaper than the other consoles that we have around right now. I'll give you an example. The cheapest major console out right now is the Xbox Series S, which the retail price is about $300 here in America. You can usually find it on sale during the holidays for $250. And that's the base model with only 512 gigabytes, which I wouldn't recommend anyone buying that version because you'll fill up that storage space so fast. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk like cheap consoles, like $250. That's like cheap to me, and not to me, but like in terms of video game consoles. The Switch Lite, $200. So 250, that's like cheap in terms of consoles. Once you start going higher, like the 300s, the 400s, now you're talking, maybe you're pricing out some customers who don't want to pay that much money for a console, especially since this is the Switch 2 and maybe a lot of people already have a Nintendo Switch. Are they really going to shell out, maybe $400 for really just like an upgraded version of what they already have? See, that's the big question mark. Who knows? Are we going to run into another Wii versus Wii U situation where, a bunch of people bought not a bunch of people, but tons of people bought the Wii U, not so successful. So only time will tell. And this announcement didn't help their case. You got to come out guns a-blazing. When you announce something like this, you got to get people fired up to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. And that's not what they did. Like, unequivocally, I can say they did not get people ultra excited for this thing. I mean, the console looks fine. That's it. But here's another problem. They didn't announce any brand new games coming with this console. This is such a empty announcement. I mean, we saw one game playing on a TV screen during the trailer. It was a Mario Kart game. I guess maybe it's fair to assume it's going to be Mario Kart 9, but is that really that big of a deal? And I think most people probably expected there to be a new Mario Kart game. It would have been interesting if they showed like a game that nobody was expecting, or some of the rumored games that we've heard could be coming to the Switch 2, like Halo or Red Dead Redemption 2, where, if they showed something like that, okay, now we got something to talk about here. But Another Mario Kart game? Okay. I mean, again, it's just making me go, okay. I mean, there was no point during this entire trailer where I was like, "Oh, wow, that really shocked me," or "Oh, that's something I didn't know," or "Oh, I didn't expect that." Nothing. The whole trailer was just ho hum. And again, I know that sounds negative, but hey, they set themselves up for that. Honestly, if I were them and this was all the information I was going to give, I would have just waited. I know anticipation is through the roof. There have been all these leaks and this and that. I would have just let all this time pass by. I mean, they're in the driver's seat. They don't have to bow to the demands of leakers or people on YouTube posting the latest information about what they heard from somebody on Reddit. So what? They're Nintendo. They've been around for generations. Let people talk. Let the excitement and anticipation build. And then maybe when they're ready and they have the information that I was looking for, like the price, what games are going to come out, what specific games will not be compatible with the new console, that they were working on the Switch, the original Switch, but they're not going to work for the Switch 2. Which ones are those? Like when they have the full information, when's the release date? If they gave me the release date, the price, some new games that are going to come out right on day one of when this console is released, if they had the full information, I would have a more positive view of the Switch 2. But at this point, it was almost like, it's just like you're anticipating this big thing and then it's just like, oh, big letdown. And I know we will get more information trickling out over the coming months. And by the end of the year, this console is going to come out because that's what they said. So I don't know when it'll be. Will it be in the fall? Will it be during the holidays? Will it be in the summer? I don't know, but it's definitely not coming out before April 2nd because that's when they're doing their Nintendo Direct. So that's my opinion about the Switch 2 console at this point. There's not really much excitement. And you know what's even worse about this? All of those leaks and all of those videos where people are saying, oh, a new image was posted. Is this AI? Is this not? Oh, look at this little piece on the side of the Joy-Con. And, all of that goes away now because nobody's really going to be anticipating anything. We've seen the hardware. The official trailer has come out. We've seen what the hardware looks like. So it's like popping everybody's balloon, bursting everybody's bubble. We don't need to see any more leaks. They showed it to us. We know there's going to be a Mario Kart game. They gave us a date for a Nintendo Direct. So now your anticipation and excitement basically gets cut by 99%. And now everybody's just waiting for April 2nd to see, okay, what are they going to show us on that day? Are they going to give us any further information? But for the next couple months, it's going to be pretty quiet probably. I mean, maybe there'll be some more leaks, but you're not going to have the level of unbelievable attention that the Switch 2 has been getting on a daily basis with constant news from every gaming media source imaginable. Like that's done now because they showed it's like they took the cat out of the bag. So now, it's just a waiting game now. I expected more from you, Nintendo. Thank you all for watching.